like maybe this is something my therapist would hate, but like I sort of just forgot.
Dude, I was at Walmart for 6 miserable fucking years. I was at Target for a good amount of time. I was a preschool teacher. I've been a janitor. Dude, I've got some embarrassing ass stories that just like off the top of my head currently I'm just blanking on them. But it's okay because what's up everybody? Welcome back to On Thin Ice, where we talk about icebreaker shit with one another and occasionally guests.
They don't. No, yeah, they do know that already. Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
Dude, the recording order is so messed up.
it doesn't matter. Anyway, we are joined today by none other than Peyton and
Hi, everybody. I'm here every time, but
and
so
myself,
not really joined by
who is also here every time.
special guests, the hosts of the
With
show.
special guests, the people that made this shit. Oh lord. Alright. Anyway. Alright, so I know in school, right? In school, embarrassing stuff happens to us all the time. Okay? Happens to us all the
Not
time.
me. I peaked.
Nah, you're full of shit. Some embarrassing shit happened for sure. I mean, I even remember so far back to like second grade. I remember I wore my pants backwards on accident, and
Oh man.
my teacher, or I called my teacher over to my desk and I was like, hey, well, I didn't say it like this because I was a fucking child. It was second grade, but I was like, hey, I put my pants on backwards on accident. Can I go change them? And she's like, oh yeah, you can go change your pants in the bathroom over there. And she like pointed it out to me like loud as fuck in front of the whole class, and I'm like, whose side are you on?
Yeah, you dumb fucking stupid child. You fucking put your pants on wrong. Can you even tie your own shoes yet? Probably not. Take your ass to the bathroom, you stinky fuck.
Dude,
Go change your pants.
so I had to. So naturally, that's what everyone thought, that I shit myself or something, or I pissed on myself. So I had to make this walk of shame all the way to the bathroom to go flip my pants around. I didn't shit myself. There was no piss or shade, not even a fart. I literally
No
just wore.
cum.
I just wore. I just wore my pants on backwards on accident. Completely spaced it because I was a hard kid to wake up in the morning. Like I could not wake up for shit in the morning. And yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. So she made me fucking walk this shame walk all the way across the damn class. All these kids are like, he fucking shit himself. Look at that fucking idiot over there, pooped his pants.
Oh no.
I was fucking embarrassed. Anyway, my point is, us as adults, unless you are in school, of course, which I guess you are in school, but us as adults
Yeah.
that don't go to school, we share those stories in the form of embarrassing work stories now, because it's just the natural progression of life. Embarrassing school stories, they transfer into the other social aspect of your life when you get older, which is work. And I guess in your case, work and school. You got the best of both worlds, bud. But
Yeah, they're one and the same. And also when it comes to work, sometimes at least you're there at a job longer and you're with less people. So you really you get a real connection. And so when you do the embarrassing things, they last a little bit longer.
yeah, yeah.
They tend to for me anyway.
No, I agree. I agree. So, anyway, my question for you today is, what are some of your embarrassing work stories?
So
The world
do
must know.
I don't know what to open with. Do we open with the absolute worst? Do we open with
I'm a firm
something
believer
that
in saving the
still haunts?
best for last.
Yeah, I've got some like ones that have made me extremely uncomfortable. I've got some that were an uncomfortable scenario. I'll start with yeah, I think I'll start kind of low and just work our way up. So the title of this story is Meth Girl Romance.
Oh, good. This is
Yeah.
gonna be great.
So
I hope
yeah,
it was one of your
for
romances.
listeners out there that can't tell, I'm fucking ugly and I attract either children or apparently meth heads. I'm not interested in either. I'm married. I'm like super duper married. It's crazy. But yeah, the few times that there has been flirting with me at work or stuff like that happens, it's just been absolutely atrocious. And this one was a reoccurring lady. She was really sweet, granted, but her intentions were not great, and she got like physical at some points, and it was really fucking bothersome, and it was recurring. She started to know me by name, which was, I mean, you got a name tag on at work, but
Right.
so working at Walmart in my younger years, back when I was more submissive and breedable, I guess. she, God damn it.
Stop, bro. You can't be
She
saying
comes
shit
in.
like that.
She comes in and just like she'll brush up against my shoulder every time she sees me with her hand, and she'll be like, "Oh, hey, Peyton, it's good to see you again." I'm like, "Hi, I don't remember your name. Leave." And this went on for months. She saw me like four or more times, and then she would come in and start like the reason I say, you know, when you say like meth head, it's like derogatory, but this was someone who showed the obvious signs with the teeth and the face and eyes. But she would come in like too often and eventually started getting really personal, and she'd be like, I need you to help me take care of my boyfriend. He's hurting me. And
Yikes!
what do I do? I'm fucking
God
putting Dove
damn,
soap on the shelf. What do I do?
dude.
Do I put
Ooh.
everything down and go defend my woman? But eventually thank God she comes in after like the fifth time of doing this, and she's like, "Hey, I've got to move. I'm sorry, but I found somebody else, and we're gonna move in together, and it's just not working out." And I was like, "Man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad to see this relationship end. I really thought we had a good connection." But luckily it ended there and never turned into like stalking or anything, but it was just something that like every time I saw her, she would wave, and she was so ecstatic to see me, and I didn't want any part of that. And I don't try to be like super mean, like you've got to fucking leave and get out of my face, but at the same time, it's like you can't be doing that. Don't ever go and just make physical contact with people. That's not an opening.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Don't,
takes a lot of respect and time to get to that point, even if people are comfortable with it.
dude. Leave retail workers alone. Leave,
Seriously,
leave
we
them
already
alone.
want to kill ourselves. You can't be doing shit like that. Oh, speaking of that, I can probably say this. This isn't like an embarrassing story or anything, but yesterday at work, I asked my boss if I could stay late just because I needed the extra hours,
Yuck.
and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Hey, you can stay until midnight if you want." And I'm like, no." It was like I worked from eight to like 3:30
No,
yesterday,
not happening.
and and then he's like, "Hell, you can work until 7 a.m. the next morning if you want." And I said, "Dude, if you want to be responsible for cleaning my brains off the walls after I fucking splatter them everywhere, then maybe."
Jesus Christ.
And then we didn't talk much for the rest of the day.
Yeah, probably not.
So that's what I want to kick it off with. Workplace romances are always really great because they're never really wanted and they're always bad.
Yeah, they're not great. Um. Okay, so I got a couple that I could probably bounce off the same like topic of workplace romances, or at least love in general at the
You
workplace
got
to
to
some
give a good
capacity.
title. You got to give me a good title.
Okay, so one, oh man, I gotta think of the. Okay, what's a good title?
That you got to think on it.
Hmm. Banging in the Steel is one of them. All right. And the other one is
Okay.
the other one is I did nothing wrong.
Okay.
All right. So which one do you want to hear first?
I
Okay, so Banging in the
I
Steel happened
yeah.
happened at a more recent time that you would be aware of at the place that you would be aware of it at.
Okay, that one sounds like obviously it's not going to be what I think it is, but I think I want you to start with the I did nothing wrong.
Okay, that one was a while ago. That was a long time ago. This was when I was working at I was a cashier at Food Lion.
All
and
right, dredge it up.
I don't think anybody that was there at the time would be watching this, especially the person involved, because we've been broken up for a long time, obviously. But anyway, so I was in a relationship with somebody for quite a long time. All right, not a great relationship. It's a terrible relationship, as a matter of fact, pretty much the whole time. And she had a lot of very bad uh, coping with guilt episodes, all right, because she was absolutely guilty of cheating on me a lot, all right, multiple times. So one day, I accidentally left my phone in my van, all right, and she worked at the Dairy Queen that was right across the street from where I worked. Well, she was trying to text me or whatever, and she just, like, obviously it wasn't going through because I accidentally left my fucking phone in the car. So eventually, she, like, goes on her lunch break or something like that. She comes into Food Lion right across the street, full uniform still because she's on her lunch break, goes through my line, and smacks the shit out of me. She just smacks the shit out of me. She's like railing into me like, "Who the fuck are you talking to? Why are you talking to so and so or whatever?" And like she's just
Oh,
like grilling me like really really hard, right? And I'm sitting there. I've got a line of people. This is why this is an embarrassing story for me because there was a line of people. I was getting backed up and shit, and I'm just like, look, can we talk about this a different time? Because one, I'm confused as shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea why you're coming in so hot right now. And like, this is so inappropriate. I've got a line of people. I'm on the clock. I'm currently working. Luckily, she seen my supervisor come around the corner and she fucking bailed. Well, I found out later on that she had gone to my van and grabbed my phone, which is always unlocked because I don't ever have a lock on my phone. I don't have anything to hide. So the only thing I would ever lock my phone for the most part is for like credentials and shit, like my payment information, all that kind of stuff. But at the time, I didn't
yeah.
have none of that shit. You know, like I didn't have credit
I didn't
cards and
have
all that kind of
money.
stuff. I didn't have money. I was working at a fucking grocery store. Well, she had seen a message from somebody come into my face or not my Facebook, my text messages or whatever, and she knows that I don't text. I usually am always on Messenger or I'm like it's usually Facebook to some degree. And at the time I was kind of using Snapchat a little bit more. But somebody had texted me some like fucking just straight up clickbait ass like link to some fucking like porn site or some shit.
Oh boy.
And she didn't open the fucking message. She only read the name. That's all it was. And she just assumed that I was cheating on her because of some like weird virus thing or like one of those clickbait spam messages that people get and shit.
So was the name that came up actually like a person's name, like Abby Flenderson or something, or was it
It
like
was a real person's
XO
name.
Abby Hart X3675 wants you,
No.
something like
It
that?
was a person's name, and
Oh no.
the text like the preview text for underneath that you could the only thing you could read was like um hey sweetie, why aren't you texting me back or something like that. It
Oh
was one of those
fuck.
things or something. Like it was set up for failure kind of shit. And I'm like, why? What could? Why did I deserve this? Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, I literally did nothing wrong. I had no fucking idea what the hell she was talking about, and she came in railing me right on the job. And I'll never forget that
When
because it sucked.
when you went on break and you had to go out to your car to check your phone, you saw that message. Did you text her back like, "Hey, we got to stop talking like this. She's on to us."
Look, if I knew what I know now, I absolutely would, dude. I would have fucked with her so hard. I wouldn't even care. She was a horrible human being, dude. She was just not good. But anyway, yeah, that was that one. So,
That's beautiful.
banging in the steel.
Banging in the steel.
All right. So, it was when I got promoted to department manager of domestics or housewares or something like that at Walmart.
I didn't know that you got that.
Yeah, I was department manager for like 2 months pretty much before I got the team lead spot.
Oh, okay.
on Cap 2. It was pretty brief, but and the only reason they did it was so I could have my foot in the door for one of the team lead spots, because they knew that they wanted to have me as a team lead, but I was just a regular associate, and that wasn't going to fly with some of the other people that were also wanting team lead spots. So they kind of like nudged me. They nudged me into the door real quick so I could at least have a chance at it or whatever. Anyway, so I was department manager of domestics, home lines or whatever, and I was helping a particular associate who I'm not going to name, because obviously we should be name dropping anyway. But if they're watching this, you know who you are, and it was funny as fuck anyway. She also thought it was funny. Like, we thought it was funny, but it was a little awkward at first because she was helping me put some kind of like one of those big like thick pieces of steel underneath where like the furniture displays are.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there trying to get this goddamn thing in there, and it was like it's long and heavy, so I'm like contorted underneath the steel and shit. And she walks by and she's like, "Hey, do you need some help?" And I'm like, "Actually, yeah, that'd be great. I could probably use some help." So now she's underneath the steel with me, helping, right? And we are almost like fucking Twister up in this motherfucker, just like trying to figure out how this thing is going to lock into place, because I think it's the wrong size. So I'm getting to the point now where I'm like losing hope or whatever. And I'm getting kind of frustrated, and I'm a little sweaty, not gonna lie. I'm a little sweat at this point.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's hot, right?
I bet it is.
And all of a sudden, without any hesitation whatsoever, she looks at me, and we're like this close to each other probably, because we're underneath the steel trying to fix this goddamn fixture into the shelf or whatever. And she looks at me and she's like, "Jake, you smell really good."
Oh, no.
And I was like, thanks, I guess.
Wait, hang on. I need to ask. Is this out in the like across from toys where it's out on display, or is this back in the
Oh no, this is
in the back room
this is on the
where we
floor,
push it? Okay.
on the sales
On the
floor. Yeah.
sales floor. Gotcha.
Yeah, where the display furniture is.
Just making sure.
And right as she says that, we didn't see them, but two people in particular just so happened to be walking by. One of them that cannot keep their mouth shut to save their lives whatsoever, ever at any point in their life, probably never in existence have they ever been able to not start drama or rumors or anything like that. Who you may be able to guess, but there's a couple of those at Walmart, so maybe not. But
Yeah.
and the other one was a manager, so
Oh,
one
perfect.
way or another, we're just batting 1,000, right? Well, within 1 week, we had already had people asking how long we've been banging, like how long we've been together and like fucking and
Oh
shit.
my fucking god.
A week, bro. And I'm like,
Dude.
are you serious right now? 1 week? And keep in mind, this person is also not somebody that I was previously kind of talking to. Someone that I never, ever, ever would be with under any circumstance whatsoever. And we've already got people asking, like, how long we've been fucking, how long we've been talking, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I started to recall the whole, "Hey, Jake, you smell really good." And I realized how sensual that sounded in the positions we were contorted into, and how awkward it looked probably to anybody walking by. And yeah, it was fantastic. So we ended up just memeing on it really hard, dude. We'd walk through the back room or something and just be like, "All right, you want to go fuck in the steel?" And we would just we would talk about it loud as shit every time we walked by somebody, because they wanted to start rumors anyway. Why not, you know? So we just rolled with it. But
Let's go bang in the pillow shelf where it's comfortable.
yeah,
Let's go take the paper towel rolls out like these kids do and
let's go make a
bang
paper
in
towel fort.
paper towel fort. Dude, Walmart is an exceptionally bad place for rumors to spread.
Oh god, it's so.
I don't know why
it's
it
so
is.
bad.
The drama and the personal conflict. Maybe it's because the job sucks so much that they need something. But
I don't think it's
I had-
Walmart. I think it's just retail in general. Because I've had the same shit happen in like any retail place I've ever worked.
it must be. I had the same thing with another girl that I didn't work closely with, but when I first got there, we were like her lunchtime was the same as mine, and so we talked during lunch. And I found out that she was also engaged, and well, I won't say also had a kid. She had a kid of her own, and she was engaged at the time that I was also engaged. So we actually had a lot to talk about. And soon I find her like almost crying in the break room at one point, and she's like, "People think that we're together." I'm like, "What the fuck would give people any sort of notice that that's happening? Why do people care?" It's
I don't know.
baffling.
I don't know. I don't get it either, but
Shivers me timbers, let me tell you.
dude, it shivers me booty really hard. I by the end of my time at Walmart, I was probably quote unquote having interactions with people that I don't even ever talk to. Like multiple people by the end of it. There are probably some kind of rumors about me and somebody else 4 or 5 different ways. I don't know what it is. I don't get it, but I don't know. Even after I was in a relationship, like for the end of that period of me being at Walmart, I was still, I guarantee you, was getting people saying that I was banging somebody or that I was having some kind of fling with somebody or whatever.
And no manager came to like confront
No.
or like get the
Dude,
actual story from you.
um, that manager in particular was one of the ones spreading the rumors.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I I don't I can't think of the timeline what manager that would be, but I know there was one when I was working there that got fired eventually. Thank God. He was stealing, but
Oh,
he
I
was
know what
not
you're
a
talking about.
great person. Yeah,
Yeah.
was that dude. It. I guess this is kind of an embarrassing story. It wasn't really embarrassing as so much as it was annoying, but like I was at self check and he was just trying to start a conversation with me. And granted, I don't care what you have to say. If I'm clocked out, management go away. I don't want to hear from you. Not on your time anymore. I'm on mine. But he points and he just points to this like heavier set woman who is on like a scooter or something like that. She's got greasier hair, and he's like, "Hey, is that your wife?" And I, like me, knowing that I lived 10 minutes from Keokuk at the time, I'm like, "Oh, is Lou here? Where?" He's like, "Over there," and I'm like, I don't see her. What are you talking about?" And he's like, that fucking fatty over there. She yours?" I'm like, "Dude,
Yikes.
what the fuck? You can't be saying that."
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, in front of other people at the self check.
Yeah, I don't think I wasn't there for very long when he was there. If that's the same person I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure it is. Because he was only there for like the very beginning of me being at the Keokuk Walmart, and
Yeah,
I've heard some dumb stories about him.
yeah, he not great.
Nah. But no, I think the manager that I'm referring to, I'm pretty sure is still there. As a matter of fact, I think everybody involved in that scenario is still there, with the exception of maybe one of them might have left, but I don't know. I'll talk to you about it off the video. I'll tell you.
Yeah, the T.
Yeah,
Can't spill the t on the
nah,
pod.
can't be name dropping. I mean, the one that it was like directly involved with, she wouldn't give a shit probably, but um, everybody else involved, yeah, no, they'd probably be in a lot of trouble. If this video ever got any kind of traction whatsoever, they'd probably get in a lot of trouble.
This is gonna be the one that blows up now.
Yeah, probably.
We're just gonna start putting everyone on blast. I've got this kind of goes along with the romances. I have a sexual harassment story. Yeah, I was sexually harassed at work.
Oh,
This
well,
one
not word. That's terrible. But go ahead.
this one is called, you know what they say about people with big feet. Yeah, if
Big
that's any
shoes.
indication. Yep, that's exactly what my response was. That was not this person's intention.
Yikes.
So, and this is a very, very old man, actually.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Yikes. Ugh.
dude in a scooter. He's a very thin-looking older man who I don't know. I guess the details don't matter so much on appearance, but he was very old, so I don't know why he thought this was okay at all. We're not bros, so we don't talk like that. I don't like talking about like dicks and stuff. That's gross. I don't like that kind of humor. But and I'm probably gonna say something stupid along those lines later. But but he comes up to me and he's asking where the razors are. And so I point him down to the right aisle. I'm like, oh, they're gonna be over here in G15, and I take him to them. He's like, no, I'm trying to find one to shave my dick. I'm like, I'm completely taken aback by this, and I don't know how to respond to that. So my first thing before I even crack a joke is like, oh, so you want like an electric trimmer? They're gonna be over in this section or wherever I told him to go to, and instead he just stops me. He's like, hey, you got really big feet, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I kind of do for my height, I guess. I wear an 8.5, and I'm like 5'2". And he's like, you know what they say about people with big feet, right? And I'm like, ah, yeah, they got big shoes. He's like, no, it means you got a big dick. I bet you got a big dick. And I just walked. I couldn't do anything about it at that point. I had
Oh
no
my
clue how
god.
to respond. I didn't know who to report to. I didn't know what to say
Alright,
to
I'm gonna head
this
out.
dirty old person. I tell you what, meet me out back. I got lunch in 30.
Jesus. No, I was doing the I'm a head out SpongeBob meme. Like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I know. But
Not,
it
I'm
was
giving in to this fucking weird ass piece of shit, dude.
it
No.
was so fucking gross. And I didn't have anything left to do with that. That man can go shave his own ween on his own time without my consent or say so. My recommendations wasn't gonna feed into that at all, and
Yeah, his
he
ween
never
is his
talked to
own
me
problem.
again. He came in a lot more after that, and he was completely silent. He didn't talk to anybody. And of course, I'm telling
Nice.
people like this is happening. You need to avoid this creature.
Yeah.
And it was just great. It was so fucking weird,
Yeah, that's
and
not great.
I'm so grateful there weren't other people around to hear that because that would have been a bit more life altering.
Dude, fuck all that, man. Hell no. Don't be creepy, man. Especially, dude, I know a lot of stories that I'm not going to tell on this particular podcast because I don't have permission, of course, and they're not my own stories, so I would not feel comfortable telling them. But I do know a lot of women that have been working in retail or have worked in retail and whatnot that have gotten some fucking nasty, just absolutely fucking foul shit happen to them, and I'm just like, I don't know
Yeah,
how the hell this even happens, but why are we not better as a human race?
I don't
What?
know. I don't know how people can't just mind their own fucking business and keep their mouth shut.
Yes. Oh, dude, I don't. People blow my
What?
mind sometimes.
Where's the connection between I'm having this thought and it needs to leave my mouth? This person needs to hear it because it
Snip.
doesn't. Yes, there
There
is
is
no
no
line.
connection. Nope.
They don't see it.
No. No, it's an invisible line that they don't give a shit to look for, and I don't know. I don't get it.
Listen, if you're gonna do that, start a podcast.
Yeah, for real. there's a
Don't
there's
don't actually, please, for the love of God, just stop.
there's a pod,
Stop talking to people.
there's a podcast for that.
There is. Be a top G, Sigma male.
Based and red pilled. Oh
dang.
Jesus. Okay. Ah man, I just thought of another one. I don't know if it's embarrassing so much as it is like I mean, I would have been embarrassed for this guy. And I'm not kidding, had I not really needed my job at the time, I would have beat his ass. Like I'm not kidding, I would have lost it. Uh I did have to walk away from it. I'm not even kidding, but you also probably know this person so I'll let you know afterwards, but
Dude, if I do, and I've got stories about this person,
It's
if
a
we're thinking the same one.
it's a guy,
Yeah.
and oh, I don't know if I can say any more information.
Did he used to do meth?
No, 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 I
Oh.
don't think so. No, no, no,
Or any drugs?
no. But he was younger,
Oh.
probably your age,
Oh, never mind.
maybe a little older.
Never mind. All right, cut the nuance. No one cares.
Okay. Well, it's regardless. You probably still know who he is, but anyway, where was I going? Okay, yeah. So I'm pulling out pallets one night out to the sales floor. It's quiet as hell. There's no one out there. It's just a dead night, and there's nothing going on. And I'm on my way back to grab another one, and he's back there throwing some trash away or something in the compactor. And so he's got the trash compactor unlocked, but he's not opening it. I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, oh no, he was wanting it unlocked. That's why I went back there. I wasn't getting another pallet. He wanted me to unlock it because I had keys and shit. So I went back there to unlock the compactor for him, or whatever. And he's like, "Better be careful with some raccoons in there." I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I love raccoons.
Take him home.
I don't give a shit, man." So I always just like bang on it, scare them off or whatever. The raccoons go away. They're timid, okay? They're not gonna chill after they know you're there for the most part, okay? Unless you get one ballsy one here and there, which I've seen happen. But like, for the most part, you scare them off. They're not gonna mess with you, and they'll go away. And he starts giving me this story about how him and his buddies they'll go like driving around at night with like a fucking bat or something, and they'll play games about like just
Ritter Bastion?
yeah, like
Yeah,
driving
I'm
around
aware
and
of this.
shit.
I'm aware of this dumb game.
And I'm just like, okay, one, I don't know you that well, and two, you clearly don't know me very well because that shit sucks, and I don't want to hear that. And I ought to critter bash your head in because that's fucked up. Okay, leave them dudes alone. They're just living their life, man. There ain't no reason for you to go around and that's sociopath shit. Like,
Yeah, it is.
no, don't do that. What? I mean, I get it. There's not a whole lot of stuff to do in Iowa, but there are better fucking things to do than that. I can promise you. Animal abuse is not the one. That is
No,
not
it's
okay. So I was embarrassed for him because he clearly just opened up a story that he thought was going to get a rise out of me, or he thought that I was gonna chuckle at it or something. And then, dude, I just deadpanned and was like, I didn't say a word to him. I didn't say a word. I let him throw his shit away. I fucking locked the compactor back up and I left. I was not, and I haven't talked to him since. I will not speak to that dude ever again.
Sometimes I wonder what's best to do in a situation like that. Like, obviously, don't laugh. Don't
Oh God,
encourage
no.
it when someone's saying some shit like that. But do you tell them off because that'll just get them fired up, or do you just stay totally silent and then hopefully they'll get super embarrassed?
I don't
They
know.
won't know that they've done wrong, but they will at least know that I should not have said that
Yeah,
out loud.
I probably shouldn't have spoke.
You
I don't
probably
know.
should have bashed him. You should have critter bashed him and put him in the compactor and let the raccoons feed on him. We
Dude,
get
that's
that shit around here. It's so crazy that people go with sticks or BB guns or
hmm
goddamn crossbows is the big thing in the town that I live in now. And like cats, they'll just go and get cats
no, dude, that's just fucked up.
because there's a bigger population of them. And I don't understand the appeal of going and just maiming perfectly harmless animals that are vibing, just trying to get by. You're doing the same thing. We're all doing the same thing in 2023. We're just fucking vibing, trying to get by in this shit ass world. Though I
Yeah.
would love it if someone came in and caved my skull in and ended it all. But
What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Stop.
whoops,
Jesus.
I could probably say that, right?
Probably not, but whatever.
It's not like this is live and unedited or anything. We can always fix it in post.
Yeah, you have fun with that. I'll send you the hour-long file.
God, I'll be sifting through that trying to make reels. I don't need to do any more editing. My 15 minutes is all I need.
All right, well, we We probably got time for a few more, actually. We're only like 30 minutes in, so
Oh, we are.
yeah. So go ahead.
Is there any banter you want to throw in the? Now we'll come up with something at the end. I'm gonna tell you the time I was most embarrassed. I've
Okay.
never been more embarrassed at anything in my life because this became such a huge public horrible situation.
Oh God. Do I know about this situation? Was I there?
You weren't there. I don't know if I've told you this one or not, and I'm gonna get this person's position wrong,
Oh,
but
this is not the story I thought it was going to be then.
I don't even have a good title for it.
This
I've
better.
got what I have written down is State Senator COVID Center.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, not
So
even close.
back in 2021, I went on COVID orders for the army, where we set up station in Tinley Park in Illinois. It's up by Chicago,
Hmm.
up northern.
I remember you going up there,
And
but I don't remember you telling me any stories about embarrassing shit.
oh, I've got some stories, but this is the embarrassing one. We
Oh,
had opened the first and the largest center for giving vaccines. It was pretty sweet. And of course, there was tons of news there all the time. Big people were rolling in with cameras left and right because they wanted to see what the operation looked like. And this, I can't remember the name of the place. It was some kind of like convention center almost across the street from like the Hilton and all that stuff. But uh, we had a massive station with chairs everywhere. We were pushing through like more than 3,000 people a day, I think.
mm.
Something like that. People were coming from all over Illinois to be at this place to get their vaccinations. And before we had actually opened up officially, news, of course, was rolling in. Pritzker, the Illinois governor, was supposed to be there at one point. I don't think he ever showed up. I don't remember seeing him at least. But an Illinois state senator or it was a state representative, one of the two. Either way, there's only like two. I could probably Google that actually. Hang on a second. I'm gonna look this one up. How many state senators does Illinois have? Uh, 59. So that's probably not it. And I can't remember this person's name. Okay, and 118 representatives. My God, so maybe it was a state senator. Either
Nice.
way, like this dude is higher up than anybody who wears my uniform.
Right.
He'd be higher than any sergeant major, any fucking general, at least like statewide, of course, not national,
Right, right,
but
right.
like directly serving underneath of the governor. And he comes in and he's trying to do a Facebook Live event to showcase how awesome the National Guard is for coming in and helping out and different stations in the process for getting through. Just really fucking cranking our weens on this one. He wanted to show how awesome we were. Luckily for him, we gave him that. I didn't want to talk to this guy. I had no idea who he was or what he was doing there. I just knew that that suit he was wearing was fucking way more important than the one I was. And and so he's going through the different stations and I'm up at the front like almost like a kiosk that we have set up where we have a tablet with a questionnaire on it for people to get screened, like your pre-screening process before you can go in to the next station to go put in your healthcare information and get the vaccine.
Hmm.
The only thing I didn't do there was administer a vaccine. They wouldn't trust me with a fucking needle. But
Fair.
he wants to hear from me. I think he just wants to pick on me because he sees that I don't have any intention of talking to him. And he's like, "Oh, hey Brody, how about you give us the tour on the way through here?"
How about you go fuck
And so
yourself?
me, I'm like, okay. And we, how about you fuck off? Where are my tax dollars? I want them back. But the dude, we start filing down this hallway because we're gonna go in this direction around rather than go through the closest door because we deemed that that would be the exit. People would go full circle around and come out where they went in,
Right.
or where they came in. They were gonna walk out of. Doesn't matter. We get to that point where we're walking down there, and he has his phone out on Facebook Live with me in front there, and he's like, "Hey, I think you're going the wrong way, buddy." I'm like, no, sir, we're actually supposed to be going through this way because he's like, oh, no, check it out, we're going this way. And he turns around and walks away without me, and I'm like, well, sir, wait, you're not supposed to, we're not actually going through, completely ignoring me. And eventually he just walks off with another group of soldiers who he thinks knows what they're talking about and leaves me behind, and I am just sitting there thinking, man, that's going to be public. Everyone's going to get to see that. And I look like a fucking tool who doesn't know anything.
Is this video still up somewhere?
So I don't think so. I looked for it. I looked through all the news videos that were put up by like CNN and all the other places that were there. Luckily, I wasn't in any of them. But man, that could have been a whole thing.
I'm gonna make it my mission.
I almost cried. I was really ready to cry because I was like, you've got to stop. How do I get his... It was almost like a cartoon where it's like, I've got to find a way to nick his phone and delete that. I have to erase the world. That's my supervillain arc. I had to erase the world's memories so no one knows that this just happened to me.
You go visit
Pull it Peter Parker.
Doctor Strange, yeah. Oh, dude. I'm gonna make it my mission to find that video.
Good luck. It was alive, so I don't know if those get deleted after some time, but thank God no one was like, hey, you looked like shit on camera.
I think there's a setting
like, you just
that
embarrassed the whole...
There's a setting you can click on to make it save, I think. Or maybe it's like a save for like 24 hours kind of thing. I don't know.
That guy who came in, fuck you. That was mean. That was rude. I'm so smart, and now I have a podcast, so I'm better than you.
Jesus.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Put me up there like that.
No, dude, I would have been pissed. I would have been like, I guess I'll be past tense now. I'm done. Just sailing out of this one.
I'll be past tense.
Just deceased.
This story, something else didn't happen to me. I can just add this in. Since the news was going to be swarming through there, we had to be like on our best behavior, which you should already be. If you're in uniform, just be professional. It's not hard.
Right.
But I drew this cute little picture on a sign. We had one of those like things that hold up a menu or whatever at our table because we would have like bathroom or lunch breaks. So I drew a picture of a boat with a little stick figure in it, and I wrote "Gone Fishing" on it so I could put that up when I left my station. And this Air Force, I think women and men in the Air Force are called airmen. You can't call them soldiers. I found that out. But this airman next to me, she's like, she takes this at one point, and I don't see what she does with it until the very next morning we come in. Luckily, news like never rolled in. They did not come and see this, but she had added to the picture to where the fishing rod there was she had drawn another stick figure hanging from it, but she darkened it and thickened it as best she could so it looked like a black man was hanging from this fishing rod.
What the hell?
At this public fucking event where thousands of people were rolling in every day and there was news swarming in their vans at every opportunity they could.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Like, probably one of the worst things you could possibly do. And I did pull her aside and talk to her about that. And it's...
No.
Like, what? What is the thought process? That's not funny.
That's
not.
That. Don't do that.
Jesus Christ.
That's just not right.
Don't. I just spit directly into the mic. I'm so furious.
Okay. Okay, I got one more, I
Good
think.
people. When you're thanking people for your service, remember those people.
Yeah, remember that not everybody's good by default just because they've got a uniform
I like
on.
that. I like that shit-eating grin.
Just because they're in a uniform, or if it doesn't matter if they're a firefighter or a cop or a soldier or whatever, just because they've got one of those titles of these people that are supposed to be viewed as pristine does not necessarily mean that they are. It's just the way of the world, you know.
Yes.
But okay, I do have one more. I have one more before we wrap this up because it's a little bit more of a lighthearted one. Um, and I guess it's more funny. It's more funny than embarrassing, I guess, because I never got caught. So there's that. But this one was working at Target. All right, and I don't remember. I don't remember what her name was. I think it was this lady Kathy or something like that. I don't even know if she's still there. This was years and years ago. And I remember going in one day and I was just fed up. I didn't want to be there. I hated everything. I just wanted to go home and like play some WoW or Skyrim or some shit. I did not want to do anything that day. I was just pissed off. I was fed up. And I knew that I could not just like leave because I didn't have enough points and so forth, right? So I was talking to my friend at the time,
Yeah.
and I was telling her about this. Like, I was texting her throughout the day. I was like, "Hey, I just don't want to be here. You should like call in to Target and just make up some random shit about a family member dying or something so I could go home. I don't know, just literally anything that would get me the hell out of here without any repercussions." And I said like dead ass, if you can call Target and talk to this person, I don't care what story you make up. I will go along with it. I will just improv the shit out of it. I'll roll with it. I don't care. Don't tell me what it is though, because I'm gonna be giggling the whole time if you do. But if you do, I will drive all the way to Rock Island where she lived, and I will buy some pizza. Like I'll get us some pizza. We'll chill. I don't care. I don't want to be here. So a couple moments later, and she didn't tell me that she was
Yeah.
gonna do it. I thought I was halfway joking, but also like kind of serious, you know. And like a couple minutes later, I get called to the it was the service desk or something where they had a phone. It might have been the fitting room too, because they had a phone over there as well. And I walk up to this lady, and she has got just the look of just shock in her face. She's just like super super shocked about something. And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? What's going on?" And she's like,
Oh no.
"Your girlfriend, the baby's coming right now. The baby is coming like right now. You have to go." And I'm like, "Oh, oh, dude!" And I freaked out. I was like, "Oh my god, I need to find what's her face. I forgot her."
Oh, I'm having a kid? Is it mine?
Did we confirm that it was mine? No, I'm just kidding. But I went immediately to my boss, and I was like, "Hey, dude, my girlfriend is having the baby like right now. I have to leave. I have to go like right now." And she believed every word of it. Just completely believed it. So I went and grabbed my shit, and I fucking booked it out of the door, and I drove all the way to Rock Island from Target. I got some pizza, and we just chilled the rest of the day. It was great. And to this day,
How's your kid doing?
none of them had ever. Oh, he's all right. But yeah, no, we weren't in a relationship. By the way, she wasn't pregnant, obviously, and it was just so satisfying that it worked as smoothly as it did. Because if I had broken character at all, they would have been like, "All right, yeah, go unload the fucking truck and get out of my face." But it was beautiful. It's a beautiful time. It was great.
That's amazing. They didn't. How long did you work there after you had told them that fib?
I only worked. I only worked there for like maybe a month after that, and I quit. But they didn't fire me for it.
Okay. I was gonna say if they had like years going on,
Oh God, no,
if they
dude.
had like years of this going on,
At that point, I wouldn't have lasted.
and
a
they
couple
asked
more
about
years.
your kid, that would have been so great.
Dude, I would have had to come up with something. I would have had to get really good at Photoshop and start photoshopping
I imagine you
babies
come.
into my
I
stuff.
imagine you coming in. Oh
Good.
my God, just bringing in random ultrasounds with the Shutterstock over it.
Dude, I could
I
just like AI generate some
I imagine
fucking
you coming into work
ultrasounds now.
like the next day. You can now. I want to see you like coming into work that next day though, and then being like, "Oh, how's the baby doing? Was it, boy or girl? What'd you name it? Whatever." And you just be like, "Ah, miscarriage, false alarm." Just something so brutally fucking horrible.
Oh god. That'd be fucked up, dude. That'd be terrible.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it would.
Miscarriage.
It'd get you out of that though.
No. They ask how the baby's doing. I'll be like, nah, we broke up. It wasn't mine.
She had a girl. It's over. I wanted a boy, and she didn't make it happen. It's on her.
Yep. Wasn't meant to be. Was not meant to be.
Craziness.
Anyway.
God dang, is that a really good one to end on? What are we looking?
We still got
What are we
like
looking at on time?
10 minutes for the hour mark. If you have any more.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I've got like little short ones like come in. I wanted to ask you if you ever shit yourself at work? I think everyone's like shit themselves at one point. You ever do it at work?
I have marginally shit myself at least once at work. From being like sick as a dog, just completely sick, and like I could not hold it. My stomach's all fucked up. I didn't have any right being there. Like that kind of scenario where like I was on the precipice of losing the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had to have Lou come in and bring me new pants once, not because I shit myself, but just because these pants were so like stiff and scratchy and uncomfortable that like I couldn't work. So I just like sat in the bathroom and waited for her to bring me pants.
Yikes. Oh,
It was so stupid and terrible, but I wasn't getting through that shift without him.
did I tell you about the time that AP Kevin almost like tackled me to the ground because he thought I was stealing?
No,
Oh shit. Yeah, no, this one's a
you've
funny
not
one.
told me this one.
This one's a funny one. So like, you know how like in the summertime, I would go in with like a tank top and shorts to like throw the truck and shit, and then I would like change afterwards and whatnot. Well,
Yeah.
I would go in there. I went in there one day and I was, dude, I was toasted. I was sweating my ass off. Okay, my hair was dry before I started it, completely soaked afterwards. I was drenched. I had a tank top on. My whole shirt was just, it looked filthy. I look like I'm dying. My legs are probably covered in dirt from them nasty ass trucks and shit. And I was just about to go into the bathroom to change, but all the bathroom stalls were being used up. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to run up to the front real quick, grab me a drink and a snack, and then by that time I should be good to go change my clothes. So I was carrying my clean clothes in a Walmart bag through the store, through apparel, like just weaving in and out of apparel, whatnot, to go up to the front to get some snacks or whatever. And immediately, Kevin, our AP guy at the time, for those of you who don't know, he loves this story too, so I don't mind saying his name because it was a funny one. But dude, he fucking grabbed me up by the shoulder and was like, hang on, hold up a second. And I'm like, Kevin, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, Jake, I didn't know that was you. You don't look anything like I normally see you. What's going on? What are you doing? And I'm like,
Oh man.
I was like, Kevin, I just threw the truck. I just got done throwing the truck. And he's like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But dude, he grabbed me on
Kevin,
the
my
sleeve.
balls
He was
are
about
drenched.
to
I gotta
fucking-
go.
Dude, he was about to lay into me though, dude. I'm
Gonna
like,
end your life.
I was like, Kevin, dude, this is my clothes. I promise. I brought them from home, dude. I'm not stealing anything.
That's awesome. Kevin's a real one.
Yeah, I love Kevin.
I always love
funny
his
as hell.
cats. His
Yeah.
cats and him talking about gardening and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a real wholesome dude.
Yeah, he is. Dude, I miss talking to Kevin so much.
You ever seen like some of the absolute worst times in the bathrooms at Walmart or Target or wherever?
Unfortunately, yes, I have. Yes, I've seen shit in the sink. I've seen shit in the urinal.
Shit in the sink?
Yeah, I've seen shit in the sink. I've seen shit in the
Oh
urinal.
god, I haven't
I've
seen
seen
it that bad.
I've seen shit on the ceiling. Explain that one to me. Tell me how that happened. Cuz I don't fucking know.
Oh. How do people do that?
I don't know. Skill and precision.
You gotta they put like a Hot Wheels ramp in the back of their pants and they shit it
One of those like speed
just
booster ones.
ramps up, splats the ceiling.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I've seen like love notes written in period blood on the walls and shit before of like the family bathrooms. I've seen like
Oh.
I've seen like dirty diapers and shit sitting on the shelf. Like I've seen it. Some nasty shit.
The worst one I saw was when the toilet flooded, and so the entire men's bathroom floor was covered in
Oh,
brown water with
no,
flotsamy poop bits.
No,
floating
no,
across
no.
everywhere,
No.
fucking everywhere. I'm so glad I caught you caught you caught the smell when you were walking by the return desk, the service desk or whatever, and then going in there. Luckily, I stopped right before I took a swim.
Oh god, that is wrong. Dude, have you ever
Bless you.
have you ever been talking to somebody, like a customer or something, while they're actively shitting their pants?
No, I haven't.
I have.
Have you?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
have. And it's
Like on the
disgusting.
toilet, or you're just talking with someone
No.
in an aisle and they're like,
In an-
I'm just currently pooping, by the way.
In an aisle. Dude, there was this guy. There was this old man.
Oh,
This old man. He was in some overalls. I think this is when I worked at the Centerville store, so it wasn't at Keokuk, but this old dude in overalls, and he was like, he's a bigger guy too, like really, really heavy, and he's leaning over his cart like this, like using it to walk with, pretty much. And he stopped mid sentence, like he was bullshitting with me, and I kind of started to smell like some backward shit happening, if you know what I mean. Like I started to smell something a little funky, and I'm like, all right, this guy's like ripping ass really hard, or he shit himself like easy. And he cut himself off mid sentence and started walking away. And I turned around to like just kind of double take what the fuck just happened, and I look over and there is like shit coming out of his ass. Like his pants are turning brown as we speak. Like not even kidding. And he just walks away. And I didn't see him for the rest of the day.
I'm schwitzing.
Dude, it was so nasty. So nasty.
Yeah, he probably left. He probably left and went home and cried.
No, he probably wouldn't have had his wife.
I've seen
like,
trails of
bathe him.
poop throughout the store, on the floor and yeah, I've seen trails of poop like on carpeted floor, or it's like when people's carts go through it because they don't see it because you don't shit on the sales floor mostly,
Yeah.
but the wheels will track it, and so you just see like a trail going from one end of the store to the bathroom, and you're like, man, I know you didn't make it.
Yeah. I've seen that before.
Crazy,
Trails of
crazy
shit.
nasty.
I've seen piss puddles out on the sales floor. Saying some nasty shit, dude. Nasty shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you have any more you wanted to
We
add?
could have a whole episode on piss and shit stories. I don't think so. Those are like those are my worst.
Yeah.
Like
no,
I've embarrassed other people at work, but that's kind of a different circumstance.
yeah. No, I feel you. No, we could end there. That'd be fine. I
Yeah,
think
that's some of the worst shit that's happened to me at work.
I trust me. If I thought about it long enough, we could probably do a whole nother episode of embarrassing work stories. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, those were a couple of the doozies, a couple of the not so great ones that have happened.
Probably.
But anyway, if you lasted this long through all the piss and shit
Yeah.
and dookie and the other stuff, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll catch you on the flip flop. See you guys.